my old school, like one of these.
No way! Wait a second.
I don't know what she does, but yes. Oh, we lived. Oh, twin. Welcome to the stream at this time, the one and only Carly. Hey, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Yay!
Oh my gosh.
Hi, this is so exciting.
I'm so excited to be here. It's been, how long has it been since I saw you in person?
So MegaCon that was like the last weekend of, was that March or April? What year is it? What month is it?
I don't even know. At this point, I have no idea.
I feel like time, especially this year, has been like going by so fast. I'm trying, like, Carly, my thing this year especially has been trying to like live in the moment more and enjoy everything. Yeah.
Literally same. I have been trying to like just slow down and understand that I am in the present moment. I'm not thinking about the past. I'm not thinking about the future because it's just going by so freaking quick. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, this is, oh man. But yeah, so we met at MegaCon. I wanted to ask you, because obviously now you attend conventions as a guest and host and all of the things, but do you remember the first attention that you ever got to attend as a fan?
Ooh, that's a good question. I remember the first, I would say like kind of real convention that I went to was a tiny convention in my hometown, Jacksonville. And it was literally, they called it a mini con. And they had like little artists and little booths and stuff. And it was at like this museum called the Mosh, which is like the Museum of Science and History. And I dressed up as an X-Wing pilot. But I would say my first like real convention I went to was MegaCon in 2021.
And MegaCon is something else, right?
Dude, this year was like unlike any of the other years. I went 2021 and 2022, but this year was just like, what's happening? There's so many people. There was so much going on. It was just nuts.
Yeah. And everything I feel is so well attended and there's literally something for everybody. And now, mind you can say that about a lot of conventions, but this year especially, I felt like they really honed in, obviously Mandalorian, biggest show in the world right now, lots of like Star Wars. And obviously you got to host a couple of the incredible Star Wars panels. Can you tell us a little bit about your experience, but also getting like you were part of panels yourself. So tell us about all of the things.
Oh, it was amazing. I mean, I have nothing but good things to say about MegaCon this year. I got reached out to actually the day before. I think one of the heads of MegaCon, the people in charge, was like, hey, we need somebody to host 2 panels. We need someone to host Emily Swallow and Baby Princess Leia. Why am I blanking on her name?
I'm so bad with like
I'm so bad at names, especially when I'm like talking like, you know, in a conversation. But she, Baby Leia and the Armorer, they needed somebody to host their panels. And I was like, oh God, I have like no questions prepared. I don't know what I'm doing. But I said yes immediately because like I try to say yes to as many things as possible, whether or not I am prepared for them. Because if anything, I can just prepare myself as fast as possible. So that's pretty much what I did. The next day was Vivian, Lyra Blair, that's her name.
There we go.
I prepared like 12 questions for her and I was like a little nervous, but well, what was weird was I just prepared the questions and like nobody looked at them. They were like, you got this. And I was like, I kind of felt like good about it, but it was still kind of like a lot of pressure on me. So I did her panel and she was just such a treat. Like she was like, I think 11, but you can just let her talk. Like you can literally just let her talk the entire time. She's so eloquent with the way she speaks and she's just so intelligent, you know, and her panel was just so easy. And then with Emily's the next day, Emily's a good friend of mine. So hers was just a breeze as well. And she's always so nice. So I had such a blast hosting panels. I want to do it more. It's it's amazing. And I'm sure you also have like the best time hosting panels.
I do, but it's so interesting because you're mentioning like, oh, they don't look at your questions.
Yeah.
It's like you're really going into it like hoping you're asking the possible thing. Because I had Giancarlo Esposito, which of course, everyone's like curious at that point, like, when are you coming back? When are you coming back? So I tried to like say that for the audience, and oh my gosh, Giancarlo is just so amazing.
He's so cool.
Yeah, he's incredible. But I don't think people realize, like, you and I in that situation, we're allowed to be like nervous, right? Because at the end of the day, we're still human after all, right?
Right.
And so, and we're like representing everybody in the crowd, and I always get so nervous, and people like don't believe me when I tell them that. It's just it's scary. It is scary.
You never come across as nervous. I will say you never come across as nervous. But you're 100% right. I feel like we have a right to be nervous because it is nerve-wracking. But then again, we are basically, like you said, speaking for the fans, and I feel like that kind of takes the pressure off of us whenever we just come at it like we are fans of them.
Of course.
It becomes more natural in a sense.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, okay, so I was going to ask another Star Wars question, but I'm going to pivot ever so slightly because you had Emily's panel, and I know she was like hosting a bunch of karaoke events over the weekend.
Yeah.
Did you get to attend any of them?
Oh, I wish I could have. I really, really wanted to make it, but it was just so busy. I feel like every second it was like I was trying to figure out how to make time for like writing questions and time for my own like mental sake, dealing with so much going on, especially being jet lagged from flying from California to Florida. It was like, what's real at this point? You know what I mean?
Nothing.
And, yeah, exactly. And of course, like hanging out with friends that like I haven't seen, and yeah, but I wish I could have made it. It looked so fun.
Yeah. So what would be your like go-to karaoke song?
That's I love doing karaoke, so I love this question. I normally go to Before He Cheats by Carrie Underwood.
Okay, classic.
And I've recently been wanting to do Fancy by Reba McEntire.
Ooh, yes. I love. Okay, so you're like, go ahead.
Yeah, they're both like just very woman who's aggravated.
Fair enough. I was gonna say you're like a country queen. I love it.
Dude, I normally never listen to country music, and I'm normally like an anti-country person. Like I only listen to like a certain type of music, but singing it at karaoke is a whole different
story. Fair enough. Exactly. Yeah, mine are like, so I'm either Highway to Hell, AC/DC.
Nice.
If I'm at a karaoke place, people have heard me sing that one. Or I go completely opposite and I do like Celine Dion.
Oh,
or something. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I feel like I would go full musical theater belting, but I feel like people don't want to hear that when they're like drunk.
So the last time I karaoke'd, I don't know how, I know you're into musical theater because we have to talk about Hamilton too. But
yes, please.
Have you seen Beetlejuice yet?
No, I haven't seen it like fully live, but I've listened to like the whole soundtrack. Yeah.
I sang Dead Mom at a karaoke and everyone was like, what is this?
Like, what is she talking about?
Yeah, but I don't know. Yeah, I'll sing musicals. I don't care.
I would have been there rooting for you. I would have been so down for that.
Thank you. And so next convention we're at, or next time we're together in person, we're going to karaoke. So
100%. 100%.
Yeah. And there's people confirming in the comments that you brought the house down.
Oh my God. That's so funny. He was there and we all sang karaoke. This was after the Andor premiere. We all went to Scum and Villainy, which is like a Star Wars bar in Hollywood, on Hollywood Boulevard. And gosh, what a time. What a time.
Man, that's even cooler that it's like a Star Wars themed bar.
Right. Because all of us are nerds. So if one of us sings musical theater, it's like, you know what? I'm down for this.
Yeah, they would like Dead Mom. So I appreciate that.
100%.
Okay. So a couple questions before I go to my next one. So this one, simple enough. What is your favorite drink? I don't know whether they mean like OJ or milk, but oh yes. Yeah. Yeah.
So I actually don't I don't drink. I do go to bars and do sing karaoke, but I do it completely sober. But I mean, every once in a while, I'll have like a high noon. I feel like if I was feeling something, I would do a pineapple high noon.
Okay. Okay.
But definitely liquid death.
Ta-da! There she is. We love her. And then this next question is, let's see, who in your opinion has the best tutorials on YouTube for lightsaber spin moves and techniques?
I would say Michelle C. Smith. She's incredible. She's an incredible stunt woman, and she has great tutorials, as well as Mike Starwalker. He's really good too.
Good name.
Yeah. Yes, I love that name.
When was the first time that you picked up a lightsaber? Because like after I met you, I went down the rabbit hole of watching all of your videos.
Oh gosh.
You are so talented. I'd never seen anything like it before in my life. And I was just like literally like my jaw was dropping. It's insane.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I'd say the first time I ever picked up a lightsaber was like as a kid. With my cousins, we would have those like Force FX lightsabers, the really old ones from like Hasbro or something. And we would like duel with them, and they were like completely broken. But like I did martial arts for a while, and I still do martial arts, but I've been taking a break since I moved to California because I'm still looking for like a good studio. But martial arts kind of got me back into, Star Wars in quarantine. Like I borrowed a lightsaber from a friend of mine at my martial arts studio. And I was like, what if I used this as like a sword? So like I would do forums, we would like just fool around with them. And then one day I filmed myself with a lightsaber on the beach, or like film myself doing like a tutorial on how to like spin a lightsaber like Anakin or something. And those were on TikTok and they kind of just blew up. And I was like, you know what? I should maybe still keep doing this. You know what I mean?
It is so cool. I have my first, oh my gosh, this is like my old school, like one of these.
No way. Wait a second.
I don't know what she does, but yes. Oh, we live. Oh, twin.
This was mine as like a child. I found this at my house like whenever I was in Florida for Christmas. And I was like, Mom, I need to take that with me.
Yeah. Mine still like lives on my little cool area over here. But I mean, it's like.
I love that. They're so fun.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm going to be defending with that, but sure.
Everything.
It is. Yeah.
Everything.
Okay. Let's see. The next question. Who was your favorite interview or panel, and who is your dream interview?
Oh gosh. I mean, the only two panels that I have ever done were Vivian and Emily. So I feel like it's impossible to choose between the two. So I'd put them both on the same
That is
pedestal.
Very fair. Very fair. Yeah, same level. Yeah.
My dream person to interview, I think Jeff Goldblum.
He is.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I love him. What about you? Who's your dream in your favorite interviews?
So, okay, my dream interviews would be. I have like three. They kind of tie, and just
right.
Okay, I'll give you all three.
Okay.
It's RuPaul.
Oh my God! Yes.
Jack Black and Judge Judy. I think are like my three.
Yes, that's all I'm gonna say. That is an incredible just rotation of people.
Yeah, and my favorite, I'm incredibly biased. I'm just a huge Alice Cooper person, so yes. Alice is probably, but only because I'm so biased. I feel so blessed to have, gotten to pick the brains of so many incredible, wonderful people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to pick it's so hard to choose a favorite.
Right. Fair enough.
Yeah, I guess my favorite is the next one I get to do.
Totally.
Right? Is that
I love that answer.
Yeah.
Yes, totally. I love that answer.
But yeah, Jeff Goldblum, and I know you got to see him perform live. What a talented human.
Dude, that was the best night of my life. He's so talented.
I love it. And I just love the way he talks and just like
he's just so like he's so just in his own world. And that's the only way.
Pure.
Yeah. Very pure.
I'm adding someone else to my list only because I was thinking about your karaoke songs, but I'm gonna say Dolly Parton too. I bet she's lovely and wonderful.
Yes. She seems like such a treat. That would be so fun.
I've always said I think Dolly Parton could like facilitate world peace. So I don't know how we make it happen, but just yes, Dolly is everything.
Yes.
Okay, so you just got back from the Galactic Star Cruiser. I wanted to know if you could tell us a little bit about your experience and maybe some of your favorite memories that you got to create there.
Ooh. Well, I got invited out by Disney, so they kind of hosted me at the Galactic Star Cruiser for May the 4th, which was just I've never been flown out for anything by Disney, so this was like a huge deal to me. So I bought my friend Ben with me, Ben Farron. He's like my photographer and my videographer. And I was like, why don't you come along with me? And we kind of filmed the entire thing. Like we vlogged it, took cool pictures. I would say like overall, my experience was so much fun. I adored the Star Cruiser. I know a lot of people feel like iffy about it. Like it is really expensive. Mm-hmm. And obviously, since I'm coming from a position where I was invited by Disney and I didn't have to pay for it, I feel like I feel like people think I'm a little biased about it, but I am so serious when I say the mac and cheese and the food makes it worth it. And I'm so serious.
I love mac and cheese, so you have me there.
Dude, yeah. The food on the Star Cruiser is incredible. The mac and cheese is amazing. But aside from that, I would say the experiences that you get, the friends that you make, and everything, it just kind of like, I feel like you can't put a price on it because it's just so fun. I got to see a bunch of my like convention friends there. I saw a couple other YouTubers like Ordinary Adventures, who I adore. And the entire community that just came together at the Star Cruiser during this trip was so like family-like. It felt like a family at the end of it. And I got to dress up. Like we all dressed up. So many people cosplayed. And we ended up doing, I don't know if you've seen Andor, but the prisoner run near the end of Andor where they all like wear the prisoner suits and they like run out, you know. We all recreated that and dressed up as the prisoners. Crazy. And ran through the Galactic Star Cruiser down the stairs. It was so funny. And I loved it. It was so fun. And I'm going back and watching like the vlog and what we filmed. And it's just like I'm reliving the experience and it's so cool to see. I loved it. I was
gonna say, like, obviously they sponsored your trip there, but it's not like they're paying you in order to do a review, you know? If you didn't feel that way, you'd probably say nothing. So I really love hearing that. I've only heard wonderful things about it. Mm-hmm. It is pricey, but it's so pricey. An experience, right? It's like you're really being teleported to a different world. So
exactly. And my friend Ben that I bought with me, he said that the immersion was like insane. Like you actually feel like you're in space on a cruise. And not only that, but you get 24/7 live dinner theater or like 24/7 in-person theater where you can interact with all these characters. And not only the characters, like not only are you interacting with the characters, but you're interacting with cosplayers that really take it seriously. And they're like, you come up to somebody and you're like, what's your name? And they're like, well, my name is like TK037, but my name in person or like my name in real life is like Thomas. And I'm like, this is amazing. So, and of course you get like all your food paid for, like amazing dinners with a like live performance. You get into Disney, so you don't have to pay for tickets into Disney. It comes like with it. Mm-hmm. And just like so many cool things that are all going around. That's like, maybe it is worth the money, you know?
At some point I have to experience it. I'm not too far. I'm only like 3 hours from Orlando. So
highly recommend.
Okay. I'm into it. Okay.
Totally.
What color lightsaber would you want if you were ever cast in a Star Wars production?
That's a good question. I feel like red is my go-to. I'm like being a Sith in something would be really cool, or even like white.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great choice.
But if I were cast in a Star Wars production, I would not be opposed to any color they want to give me.
Any rainbow, whatever.
Like, give me brown. Like, I do not give me yellow. I do not care.
Fair enough. Okay. Once again, it is always hard to pick a favorite. So this person wants to know what your favorites are. Okay. You do have one favorite.
This is so easy. Darth Maul.
Okay. I love
100%.
And one of the coolest lightsabers as well. So
definitely. I mean, I have a tattoo that says Maul in Arabesh. It's like the Star Wars language.
That is pretty incredible.
I'm like dedicated to Maul.
I respect that so much.
Thank you.
That is amazing. Okay, let's see. What's the next one? Okay. Question, do you have any tips on lightsaber spinning and how to get better with your non-dominant hand? I spin with my right, but I'm having trouble with my left. What advice do you have?
So I would say just keep practicing. Like, if it feels uncomfortable in your left hand, keep doing it in your left hand, and eventually it'll click in your mind. You could honestly spin both at the same time. It'll kind of make your brain think that you're doing the same thing in each hand, even though your left hand might not feel as comfortable with it. But like, just try doing like basic like forward spins with both hands, and that'll kind of get your mind more in tune with your other side, non-dominant side.
I respect people that have any type of coordination, because I'm like, no, not for me. I'll watch you guys do it.
I love that.
And then they want to know, Campbell wants to know favorite. Ooh, and I love favorite spelled that way. I'm assuming you're British. Favorite Star Wars actor.
My favorite Star Wars actor. Oh God. Why have I never thought of this? I'm like, now that I think about it, I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I'll break it down to like live action and like video game and then like voice actor.
You're allowed. Absolutely.
So at this point, I think my favorite live action. God, I don't even know.
This is tough. Yeah.
This is tough.
Australian. Okay. Australian. Gotcha.
Pedro Pascal. I'll just say it. Pedro Pascal. That's my current favorite.
Yeah.
My favorite video game and voice actor, I would say Sam Witwer, just because like I've gained such a newfound respect, not newfound, but like even more respect for seeing how much he's done, especially for Star Wars, like how much work and dedication he's put into each of his characters. It's inspiring to see like him go from like Starkiller to Darth Maul to the Son of Mortis and like the Clone Wars, and then like so many different like to the Shore Trooper and Andor. It's nuts. So I would say
brilliant.
Yeah, truly. And you got to interview him, right?
I did.
That's cool.
In Orlando at Fanboy, and he's just so wonderfully passionate about it too.
Everything. Yeah.
I was like, I just kind of like by interview, I asked like a question or two and then just sat back and was like, everything you're saying is just like
yes, I agree.
Yeah, he's so brilliant. And I think I had sent you, I think I did a couple of days ago, a picture of myself and the kid from Jedi. Cal Kestis. I'm still like, I can't process that I've literally known this kid since he was 6.
That's crazy. Cameron, right? Cameron Monaghan. Yeah.
Like, and then he goes on to like be in Shameless, and then he's the Joker, and now he's this new face of Star. I'm so proud of him.
Me too.
It's so wild.
He's incredible. He's an incredible actor. Truly.
Oh, man, if I was a video gamer, which I will admit I am not, but
fair enough.
It makes me want to play. I'm sure I'd be terrible at it, but you know, maybe just for funsies.
Totally.
Okay. All right, let's see. Do you agree with Anakin's actions? Would you do the same in his position? Okay.
Anakin's actions in Revenge of the Sith. Are you talking about like the younglings?
Oh,
There's so many actions that he's doing in Revenge of the Sith. I would not agree with that. I will say. Um, I wouldn't agree with any of his actions in Revenge of the Sith. I don't think anybody would.
I would hope not. That would
I would really hope not.
Incredibly, because normally, and especially you're talking about in that exact moment, normally with the villain, you can find the one like piece of them where you're like, okay, you're doing it because, but that's that particular moment.
Yeah, I feel like I don't agree with it, but I can understand why. Like with with Palpatine and everything, that he was basically gaslit and manipulated into turning to the dark side. So I can kind of see like the influence and understand that influence led to Order 66 and the younglings and just everything that happened in Revenge of the Sith and so on, and becoming Darth Vader. But like, I don't agree.
Yeah. Totally. Okay,
Right.
let's do one more question, and I got a couple more for you here. So, most overrated and underrated movie, in your opinion? Oof.
I'm guessing Star Wars? Would it be?
Sure. We'll go with that. I don't think they need.
I guess underrated. Underrated Star Wars movie. I would say Solo. I loved Solo.
I did too. I like Solo a lot, but I'm also like Han Solo is my favorite. So once again, like biased.
He's my favorite like non-Force user, so I totally understand. And then overrated, I would probably say Attack of the Clones. I did not like that movie. I mean, like people love it, but I'm like, I can never sit through that movie in one sitting.
That is totally fair. Very fair. Okay. So we talked a little bit about musicals. Like we mentioned before, you got to see Hamilton, which is just mind-blowing. Love, obsessed.
I love it.
What is like, once again, hard to pick a favorite, but what is like, if you're in a musical mood, what do you want to listen to? What would you like to see?
My favorite musical of all time is Evita. But specifically the 1979 version. Yeah, 1979 version featuring Patti LuPone. That is like my favorite musical. I adore her. She's like my number one acting inspiration always. But I would probably listen to that. But if I'm feeling in like a more upbeat mood where I want to like sing along to it, I would say either Heathers or Mean Girls.
Mean Girls was just here this past weekend.
Oh my gosh.
The last run of the tour, because they are finished with the equity tour and now they're doing non-equity. I guess it's this whole big thing. I'm trying not to I get swept down these like musical rabbit holes, like everything bad Cinderella right now. I'm like, I need to know what's going on. And using a Phantom.
Right.
My goodness gracious. But this is a whole
it's a nightmare.
It's very crazy. Is there a Star Wars like musical? I'm sure there has to be.
No, I wish there was. That would be funny. I mean, one day they're bound to do it.
There should be, or maybe something's in the works. I mean, I know there's a pretty major writer strike right now, but I don't know if that affects musicals. I mean, so that could
does it?
I don't know. I think it's just streaming.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So hey, we're just putting it out there into the universe.
Right.
Create a Star Wars musical.
If anyone hears this, that's a Broadway writer, Star Wars.
Andrew Lloyd Webber, we're looking at you. Well, I mean, you're an Evita person. So yeah, he did Evita, right?
Yeah, he did Evita. Yeah.
Right. But also Cats.
Yes, that's true. So, I mean, Creatures. He kind of has that like...
Yeah. We'll see if he's up for the challenge, if he's available while he's not being...
Oh, I'm sure.
Okay.
I'm sure.
Perfect. Done. I wanted to kind of ask, where would you like to see the future of Star Wars go?
Ooh. I want it to fully be in Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau's hands. I feel like what they've done with The Mandalorian and of course, like the Andor side of things, it's like, that is what I want from Star Wars. I want more Andor, more like gritty stuff of like not the Skywalker saga. I want more of like the whole world of Star Wars. You know what I mean? Yeah, I would just want to leave it to Dave Filoni's hands. Okay. Truly.
I do feel like it is in really good hands right now, and there's so much content. So it's a good time to be a fan.
Yeah. I also want George Lucas back, but it's all good.
Is he available? We'll get him. Yeah.
I wish. Maybe he'll write the musical.
Yeah, him, Andrew Lloyd. Like, I think the mashup we deserve.
Could you imagine?
That would be
nightmare.
Yeah. Like, and I guess I would like to see like Yoda as a puppet, right? Because like, who doesn't love puppeteering in musicals? Like an FNQ thing. Okay. All right. I think we're getting somewhere.
We've got this all figured out.
Yeah, we do. And we're available too. So if you guys want us, you know. So I wanted to ask, because obviously you do a lot of cosplays and it isn't just Star Wars. I've seen you do Star Trek. I've seen you do What We Do in the Shadows. I've seen you do like Marvel characters. I want to know, like, what is your thought process when it goes into creating a cosplay, and any cosplays that you look forward to doing soon?
Ooh, I love this question. You ask really good questions.
Oh,
my process is, what character am I obsessed with at the moment? What character am I passionate enough about to, one, spend all the money on, and two, make it? So I would say I'm working on a Bo-Katan cosplay currently.
Oh, very cool.
Thank you. And I'm actually currently learning to sew. So I'm going to be sewing her like flight suit underneath the armor. And I'm getting my armor made by another person. But I think she's the one I'm looking most forward to right now. It's going to be a whole project though, because she's like about $3,000 when it comes to like making the entire thing, which is just nuts. But I'm like spreading it out, you know what I mean?
And you'll get good wear out of it, you know?
Yeah, of course. And I want to go to like children's hospitals dressed up as like a full armored character, and maybe like hand out Star Wars goodies to the kids. And yeah, so I think I'll get great use out of it. And I love her character too. So it's going to be like really fun to become her. What else? I would say that, yeah, I think she's the one I'm looking most forward to right now. But it's usually just like, what character am I obsessed with currently? And which one do I want to drop the money on?
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, but also learning to sew, that's such a good skill set to have. Mm-hmm. And so, I mean, I think it's going to take you really far in all of your ventures. So it's so smart.
Thank you. It's a lot of work though. It's crazy. Like sewing is like a whole new ballpark that I didn't know was so confusing, but it's fun and it's satisfying to like, you know,
and create, you know, and see and for sure. Well, I look forward to seeing that, hopefully in person.
Thank you.
At our karaoke night.
Definitely. Definitely.
Okay. So we have a game, Carly. This is a game of Would You Rather. There is no wrong answers.
Okay.
Whatever you pick. Oh, one final question before we go. They want to know if you've ever joined the 501st.
No, I haven't joined the 501st. I would love to, maybe eventually. But I mean, their work is S tier. It's insane. I don't know if I can get to that level.
Fair. We shall see. Time will tell.
Time will tell.
All right. So once again, game of Would You Rather. Whatever you pick is correct. And if you want to explain why you pick something, that's great too. But
okay.
These are going to be super fun. So, all right. This first one, I feel like I already know your answer, but we're still going to ask because we want to know. Okay. Would you rather have your own real life Grogu or have your own real life Porg?
I mean, definitely Grogu. And I technically do have my own real life Grogu, but I want him to be like moving, you know? He's kind of just stuck in this position of like, you know,
being adorable and cute and just
yes.
for you.
Of course.
But wouldn't that be so nice if we just lived in a world with like just Grogu's and
I would do anything for that.
I would do anything to age that slowly. Like, are you kidding me?
Yes.
Like, he looks so good. Like,
yes. He's like 50 years old and looks like that. It's crazy. I know.
Oh man, live. Okay.
Honestly.
So here's the next one. Would you rather Only be able to karaoke songs from the 80s or only karaoke songs from the 90s?
Oh, 80s, 100%.
It's a great decade. Okay, so what's
Truly.
the first like 80s song that comes to your head?
Oh, oh God. What's the one that's like, I'm lonely, can't take it all. Da, da, da. What's the song? Yes, that one.
Yeah, of course now, like I'm
blanking. I can't think of names.
Yeah, my recall is like not excellent today. But yeah, it's that
song. That song immediately.
Okay, great. Sounds good. You do 80s, I'll do 90s, and then we got it covered. Okay, here's the next one. Would you rather have Yoda as your teacher or Obi-Wan as your teacher?
Oh my God. That's really hard. Oh, but Obi-Wan's cute. Oh, I gotta say Yoda. Okay. He's just so cool. I just want to be like on Dagobah in his little hut, and he's like feeding me soup. I feel like that would just be amazing.
God. And then you get to wear him as a backpack. And,
yes. Oh my God.
Yeah, that is fun. But I do respect the cuteness factor in Obi-Wan. So
I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. So far, doing good. Okay. I'm still trying to remember the name of that song. If anyone knows.
Oh my God. Yes. If anybody knows, please let us know. It's like on the tip of my tongue.
I can't. Okay. Here's the next one. Would you rather travel 100 years into the past or travel 100 years into the future?
Oh my God. I think I don't know.
There's a lot that goes into this.
There's a lot of thought that's going into this because I'm trying to think like what happened 100 years ago is not great.
Not lovely.
So yeah, I don't know if but 100 years into the future, I'm like scared because what if it's like really bad? I don't really want to know what happens in the future. So I think I would travel 100 years into the past just to like fight everybody, who was like,
Totally. Like, I think we could use you wielding your lightsaber,
Oh, yeah. They'd be like so confused.
Good.
Like, as they should be.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. Great answer. All right. Here's the next one. Oh God, this one's terrible. Would you rather have to look like Jar Jar or talk like Jar Jar? This is all the time.
Oh God. I can't even answer this.
Yeah, this is rough.
This is really rough. I would look like Jar Jar. I would definitely look like Jar Jar.
Okay. Yeah, because Misa talking like I can't even like do it.
I don't. Yeah, because at least like when they see me, they're like, yeah, we get it. But like, I feel like if they saw me and then I talked like Jar Jar, they wouldn't be prepared,
Yeah, that's fair enough. All right, great answer. Good job. All right, yeah, that one's hard. Okay, here's the next one. Would you rather have to listen to the Vega Bus song for 24 hours on repeat, or listen to Barbie Girl on repeat for 24 hours?
How do I say neither? I think Barbie Girl. I would have to go with Barbie Girl.
Mm-hmm. See, like the Vega Bus would just get me like so hyped to go to Six Flags all the time. And
true.
But then if I don't go at the end of it, like,
then it's disappointing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I think Barbie Girl is. Yeah, they're both. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a tough one. Okay, here's the next one. Would you rather, I feel like I know this one too, but we're going to give you the options. Have the ability to use the Force or the ability to turn into a bat whenever you
Wait. This is so good. Do you watch What We Do in the Shadows?
You bet I do.
Oh my God. Yeah. It's my favorite show of all time. And I mean it. Also, apparently, you know how we have Monster Palooza up in Pasadena?
Mm-hmm.
Harvey Guillen is going to be there. And I'm like wanting to meet Guillermo, but we'll see.
I've done a panel for him before, and he
seems so sweet.
Wonderful. It was actually a panel for a show, The Magician. So it was him and Hale Applebaum, and they did a musical performance of the song Sisters as they came out. And I just got to sit there and be like, this is beautiful.
I would have died. That's,
But
oh my God. I love
yeah,
him.
but Harvey is a lovely, lovely, lovely human. So
He's a
okay.
legend.
Yes, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I think Force. I think Force, because what if I say bat and I turn into like that weird creature that one girl turns into
It's
in
not
the
great.
first season? It's not great. So
Yeah.
I think the Force.
Okay. That's a whole nother thing with Beanie, because I don't know whether you followed the whole funny girl musical Broadway thing.
Oh no, I didn't.
Ooh, because when Leah Michelle came in, it's a whole nother live stream. Okay.
I gotta hear about that.
Oh girl, I got you. Okay, here's the next one. Would you rather be in a martial arts film with Bruce Lee or be in a martial arts film with Chuck Norris?
I've gotta say Bruce Lee. He's so cool. Chuck Norris is a legend, but Bruce Lee is like top dog.
Say no more.
Yeah.
Say no more. Okay. I think this is the last one. So here we go. Would you rather be cast as a hero in a Marvel film or a hero in a Star Wars film?
My immediate answer is Star Wars, but how cool would it be to like be a superhero in a Marvel movie? I feel like that would be dope, but I gotta go Star Wars.
Yeah.
Immediately.
See, I think initially we were going to say hero in Marvel, villain in Star Wars. And I feel like that really puts a different twist. Would you still choose villain in Star? I mean, obviously.
100%. 100%.
I mean, there's something about the villains, right? There's just something about
Honestly.
Yeah.
They're so much cooler than the heroes.
I know. Always. But, well, okay. You got them all right. You did great. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Oh my God.
Thank you. That was so fun.
Thank you. All right. Here's another question. They want to know, who would you rather direct a Star Wars movie? Quentin Tarantino or Paul Thomas Anderson?
Wait, what did Paul Thomas Anderson direct?
That one we can probably Google.
We can Google.
Yeah, totally.
Because I know that name, but I don't.
Paul Thomas Anderson is known for, let's see, Punch Drunk Love, There Will Be Blood, Licorice Pizza. Oh, Licorice Pizza, I guess.
Okay. Oh, then Tarantino. Definitely Tarantino.
Okay.
I mean, Tarantino is my favorite director, period. So, yeah.
What's like your go-to like feel good? Not that they feel good, but like feel good Tarantino film. Yeah, do they? No.
I would say, well, my favorite one is Inglourious Bastards, and of course, Pulp Fiction is a classic. But I also really love Death Proof.
Death Proof was kind of fun.
Yeah. I know a lot of people hate on it, but I would say one of those three.
I really enjoyed Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh, me too. And the soundtrack is so good.
Yeah, he's so good about it. And isn't he like, correct me if I'm wrong, doing like one more film and then he's out?
I heard he's doing one more film, but I've heard nothing about like what it's going to be about.
Okay. Maybe it's a Star Wars movie and this is the moment and
I've heard maybe Star Trek. So if it's space, I just want it to be space, something space.
Okay. All right. And let's do this last one. In terms of content creating, what keeps you going and what advice would you give to someone that's trying to get started?
Ooh.
Question for both.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah. I mean, what keeps me going is just my love for what I'm doing. I think I'm really passionate about Star Wars. I'm passionate about what I create. If I wasn't passionate about it, I wouldn't create it. I love the process of editing and getting a video out and then just seeing the feedback that people get. I love it when people come up to me in person and tell me that they love my videos, because I feel like I'm usually putting my stuff out into a void, and to have that recognition in person is just very fulfilling. And another reason why I keep going is actually my grandparents. They always are asking me like, when's your next video? Or when's your next, like, what are you working on right now? And I want to be able to tell them like, you have a video to watch tomorrow night, or like one video is coming out tonight. And even like my grandma told me the other day that my great uncle watches my videos and he like loves like what I post. So I feel like my grandparents keep me going.
I love that. We love supportive grandparents.
Yes.
Supportive, great
And
uncles.
I would say like advice to give to someone that's trying to get started. Do what you love. Even if you don't gain traction at first, if you keep putting out what you love, you're eventually going to create that audience. Whether it's an audience already or an audience that you're personally creating, like it all just has to do with getting started. You can start with an iPhone. Like I started on an iPhone 6 in 2020. And yeah, just stay consistent, find your groove, do what you're passionate about, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
And shout out to your grandparents, because I love that so much.
Shout out to my grandparents. They might see this. You never know.
I hope that they do.
Hi, I hope so too.
Yeah, like my parents, it's funny because like I literally about 6-7 months ago moved in next door to my parents. Which
oh my gosh.
Like, yeah, so they're like, I can see them over there. But they like watch every one of these shows. It's so funny. Like, you know, it's so wonderful to have support, you know, whether it's from family, friends, or whatever. And clearly you have such a loving, supportive audience. And I just wanted to say, in this industry, whether it's like conventions or stunt work, acting or whatever, not everybody is kind. So when you meet someone that is kind to you, it really sits with you. And when I met you, even just for a couple of seconds at MegaCon, I just wanted to say I really appreciate that you were so incredibly kind. And, you know, like we were kind of mentioning, you were busy, you know, it was a busy weekend, but you still took the time and to have a conversation. And even though we only got to know each other for a few minutes, like that really does stick with you. So I just want to let you know how much I do appreciate your kindness.
Thank you so much. That means more than you know. And same to you, like you taking the time, like after your panel to talk beforehand, it was so cool. And you're the kindest person ever. So I really appreciate that.
Thank you. Yeah, I think the world can, you know, do so much better if just people are just a little bit more kind.
Exactly.
You know?
I say that like every day. I'm like, if only people were a little bit kinder towards each other and even like took 2 seconds out of their day to be like, how are you doing? It would just make the world such much better place.
Yeah, you never know what someone is going through. And so, but I just want to say, like, I appreciate your content. And like I said, I went down the rabbit hole and you like kept a smile on my face the whole time. And I can't wait to see what you do next, what you create next, where you are next, what you host next, what you're cosplaying as next. I think your future is so incredibly bright. And I hope we get to do this again soon.
Me too. Thank you so much. Like, that's just the sweetest thing ever. I'm like trying not to tear up. I really appreciate that. Thank you. And same to you. Like, you're always killing it. And I mean it, like always just slaughtering the game.
Well, thank you. Just not like Anakin.
No, yeah.
Different type of slaughter.
A different type. Slaying.
Yes, slay. And then hopefully we get to be together next year at MegaCon, and then
definitely
do all of the things. Before I let you go, Carly, any final thoughts you want to leave us with here today?
Oh gosh. So many thoughts. I just want to say, like, thank you to the people who came in and watched this. It was so cool being able to like answer you guys' questions, and of course your questions. It's so fun. Like, this was so much fun.
Well, you were such a delight. Thank you. And I guess until we meet again, Carly, thank you guys so much for watching. Like you said, those questions were great. Like, everyone had incredible questions. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much to everyone watching. Thank you again, Carly. And we'll see you guys real soon. Be safe, everybody.
Bye, guys.